Today we're back with another Sons of the Forest update video, and with update 8 we've received some new buildable items, notably the electric fence, which will definitely come in use, as well as several new balances and additions to the story and lore. So first off, let's break down all of the new features that they've listed. Firstly, we have new video footage to search for, along with some new vocal announcements which you'll find in some bunkers, which will add to the atmosphere, as well as some more background story elements that are going on this island. We also have two new buildables. As mentioned, we do have the fence, which we'll talk about shortly, and also the Hokey Pokey trap, which is available to place as a blueprint, and once it's triggered, the trap will continue to swing until it runs out of acceleration, allowing us to damage multiple opponents, and it's very good at what it does as a trap. This will definitely be great at defending entrances, especially when we can now use the new electric fence as a border around the rest of the base. Speaking about this, it is very easily built. First up, all you need to do is set up a normal fence using 4 sticks and then place wire on it. This allows the fence to be set up for electrifying enemies, though you'll have to connect it to a power source, notably the solar panels at the moment. And this is where the new freeform electric wire placement comes in. It has been added and allows us to drag the wire from one point, such as your fence, to another point that is connected with wire, such as a building which has a wire network and solar panels connected to it, though perhaps further on we may have some portable engines that we're able to use, for example. Now, connecting these up will turn on the electric fencing, and this can do a heap of damage, so is definitely worth setting up, although you may want to avoid it yourself because it does do, as I said, a lot of damage. And also, one thing that I should mention with the freeformed wire is that won't carry an electrifying current along it, so if you happen to walk through it, you'll be fine. Another small new feature is the ability for us to carry and play radios, so we're not always waiting on Kelvin to collect them for us. To save us from harvesting GPS locators every time we open the game, we're now able to print them and craft them in the inventory. So for this, the GPS case is going to require 75 resin at a 3D printer, and then to craft these you're going to require that case along with batteries, circuit board and a wire to produce. Now, in the last update, they brought us the drivable golf carts, a fun addition, but with it we've been given golf cart lights as well for the dark nights. And the other thing that they've added is the ability to seat up to 4 players in these if we're in multiplayer, which, given the last update brought with it servers in Sons of the Forest, I'm sure many of you will appreciate. And speaking of which, if you are interested in getting a server to play with your friends, we are partnered with Low.ms, and if you use the code Totalxclipse at checkout, they'll offer you 20% off your first month so that you can trial a server and see if it's right for you. So if that does interest you, make sure to use my link in the description below. They've also added a returning creepy enemy that will appear after the end game. Let me know which one you think it'll be in the comments below. And another new feature that they've added is that both Virginia and Kelvin can now swim if they end up in deep water. There's also been a few balances, but one that I associate with that is the feature of reduced ammo being given a difficulty option to make it more difficult for those who want a challenge in Sons of the Forest. I am liking this. I think we need more hardcore modes available for those who really do want to challenge themselves, and this is a great step in that direction. As for the other balances, glowing puffies now have reduced health, defensive walls can take 4 times the amount of damage, making them much more powerful or useful at defending against raids, and speaking of which, enemy raids will be less frequent depending on how many regulars or creepies that you've killed. However, the likelihood of a raid will increase with each passing day unless you kill more of them, so killing a cannibal a day will keep the raids away. We also have some new sound effects when placing electric wires and solar panels. Rifle audio distance has also been tuned, and the same goes for flares as well as a few other SFX additions as well. Now on top of this, we do have a huge list of improvements. We won't include all of them because there are a lot that are just quite boring, but there are also some really cool ones, such as animal heads are now being shakeable when held, and you'll also find the odd angry moose will sometimes kick a nearby player, so do be careful around them. They've also optimized the game, fixing various bugs and allowed turtles to be electrocuted, but you'll have to use the stun button for that. Now, if you are interested in improving your golfing, the putter has also been improved when hitting golf balls as well, but I'm pretty useless with it just in general. Along with bug optimizations, there's also been a heap of optimizations to LODs, which is level of detail, and various cave and bunker entrances have also undergone a lot of improvement as well to optimize them. Now, with the servers being brought online in the last update, I was kind of expecting a lot of changes in this update for them as well, and we weren't wrong with that. Servers now have some new filters for when browsing servers. They've also added ping to server entries and allowed support for searching IPs, allowing you to find your friends' servers a lot more easier. And on top of that, servers have also been given a good boost to performance as well. Now, with that out of the way, let's move on to some of the fixes that they've added. Again, we won't go through them all, but some to point out are fixes to the cooking pot, such as now being able to add items to the cooking pot whilst it's boiling clean water. Planters are also now affected by snow and wetness occlusion, and they've fixed several issues with dismantling beams that could cause issues. I mean, any changes that improve the building elements of the game is definitely a plus for me. Truly, there are a ton of these fixes though, of which most are to do with bugs. So if you do want to know everything, make sure to check out the Sons of the Forest Steam community post over on Steam. But if you do want to keep up to date with the next update, which will be coming hopefully a month from now, then make sure to subscribe. And if you did like this video breakdown, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and let me know what was your favorite addition in this update in the comments below. But until next time, guys, special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, most notably our Totalxclipse patrons James Owen, Firefless and Treble, as well as our Lunars, the Calamity, Ben, Star, Shoku the Emin Wolf, and that dude AW, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Scooter. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.